Hello and welcome to our webinar on Getting Started with GRESB. My name is Ruben Langbroek and I'm Head of Asia Pacific for GRESB. And today my colleague Pooja Changani will interview one of our newest participant members on Getting Started with GRESB. Over to you, Pooja.
Thank you, Ruben, and thank you all for joining today's session on Getting Started with GRESB. I'm very pleased to be joined by Shailendra Joshi, who is the head of ESG at Birla Estates in India and has 23 years of diversified experience in environmental and sustainability space covering ESG, net zero, sustainable development goals, and CSR across both real estate and infrastructure. Birla Estates is a 100% wholly owned subsidiary of Century Textiles Industries Limited with a history of 125 years, where Birla Estates is the real estate venture of the Aditya Birla Group, which was launched just a couple of years ago in 2016 with a focus on developing residential, commercial, and mixed use properties. Thank you for joining me today, Shailendra.
Thank you.
Perhaps it would be great if you can just start off by explaining what was the main driver, main reason that led Birla Estates to participate in GRESB in 2022.
Yeah, thank you, Pooja. The main reason for Birla Estates to participate in the GRESB is, as you know, Birla Estate is a part of a Aditya Birla Group, and Aditya Birla Group is a leader in the sustainability area. So Aditya, it is in the various Aditya Birla Group is in various sectors, and this real estate sector is a new company formed by Aditya Birla Group under Century Textiles. And under the bigger we can say umbrella of vision and mission of Aditya Birla Group of net zero, so we are also plan to march towards the target. And particularly these things are very much important for us to be in line with the current market trends and peer benchmarking. So that is the reason we plan to go for a GRESB scoring.
Thanks for sharing that. It would be great if you could also shed some light on what were some of the main challenges the organization had encountered with participating in GRESB the first time, and how did you overcome these challenges?
Okay. There are no major challenges as such as far as operations of Birla Estates are concerned. But as I said, the real estate sector is somewhat or unorganized sector, and data collection in all the fronts of the areas like labor training and you can say water consumption, energy consumption on the site, and resource consumption is sometimes difficult. So to collect all the data is so that we find some challenge. And but after participation with the GRESB, we set up a system for data collection. And after data collection, the validation is also equally important. So data validation, we find to get a proof of all the data which we have been consumed and operated at site. So that is one of the important thing which I feel is challenging. And second one is the calculation of the greenhouse gas emissions. So earlier GHG emissions are not being calculated as far as the operations are concerned. But once we started responding to GRESB, so GHG emissions like scope 1, scope 2 are being calculated, and validation of those emissions and respective data requirements and all those things little bit fine challenging in initial years, but now everything is just set up and it's streamlined.
Okay, great to hear. Yeah, we often do hear data collection can be a little challenging initially, but once you have the practices in place, it gets better.
Yeah.
So we're happy to see that improvements have been made on that front as well. What would you say are some of the key benefits that you experience with the continued participation of GRESB, given that it's been 2 years and now you'd actually be going into your third year?
Okay. Uh, one of the important benefit which we found is after participation into the GRESB reporting, we get a peer benchmarking report. So this is very important, and you can say important facility which we'll get. And based on that, we can set up many things into the company. Like for example, we come to know what is the resource which we are consuming with respect to the peers, and what are the KPIs which we need to take to overcome those particular things. So what are the areas of under the governance which we need to take action upon? What are the policies we require to implement? So those things are very important. So peer benchmarking is one of the very important and key benefit for us. And While reporting to the GRESB, you are you can say comparing yourself with the international players into your sector, and the initiatives are being taken into those areas. So you are updated into the ESG sector, and you are most updated into it, and all the initiatives which you are taking are in line with the bigger target, like for the net zero. So those are, I think, very much benefits for us. So this is very important for us to be part of the GRESB as far as second and third day reporting is concerned.
Okay, thank you for sharing more information on that. Maybe you can also elaborate a little bit on, how this potentially supported you on developing your organization's ESG framework or strategy, and maybe share some examples.
Yeah. As a part of GRESB reporting, we need to report on various policies, be in terms of biodiversity policy, net zero policy, environment, human rights, and I can say anti-bribery, anti-corruption policies, like as far as governance policies are concerned. So this helps us a lot now to develop a policies as a bigger, as a part of ABG Aditya Birla Group. We have a certain group level policies in place, but those policies are for the manufacturing sector. But for the real estate sector, which we need to develop some of the policies, there might some minor changes are required into those policies. Those we have done, and we have come up with the policies. Apart from the policies, the ESG governance structure is also one of the important the thing which we have implemented after, you can say, participating into the GRESB. And then KPIs related to the ESG are also one of the important things which we have included into the respective HODs. You can say roles and responsibilities, so that it can be ESG can be inculcated into the all the departments of the company, and it can be implemented further on the down the line at all the levels.
All right. And how did it, also help you identify any risk or any opportunities or impact within your portfolio?
Yeah. Regarding risk and opportunities, earlier in the real estate sector, while designing of the buildings, we are doing the only risk analysis for the climate-related risk like flood risk and, you can say, heavy rains and all those things. But as far as things like GRESB reporting is concerned, as per that reporting, we need to do the climate risk analysis studies of all the, we can say, our structures and buildings. So as a part of that, we have taken the initiatives to do the physical and transitional risk analysis study as per the TCFD alignment report for all of the projects, standing investment as well as the development projects. And we internally we are developing a tool to, you can say, for the new projects which are upcoming as a part of Birla Estates, for doing all the types of risk analysis studies, and those can be captured into the design as well as the operation part of the project. So this has very helpful for us.
Okay, that's positive to hear
Yeah.
that it led to those developments. How has, your participation in GRESB helped you engage with maybe some internal and external stakeholders?
Yeah, external. Let me start with the external stakeholders. First of all, as I said, we have, you can say, two commercial projects, Birla Aurora, Birla Centurion. So we have tenants into those buildings. So GRESB help us to to prepare a tenant engagement plan and initiatives to be engaged with the tenants in various aspects of the, you can say, ESG. Let it be governance, and then sustainability, then energy conservation and the safety and all those things. So this has helps a lot to coordinate and engage with the tenants with the tenant engagement plan. Internal stakeholders, as a part of a CTL group, like I say, Birla Estates is very important for us as we participate secondary into the GRACE score. So this is very helpful for us to convince the management to, you can say, give more focus on the projects related to the ESG, so that more initiatives can be taken and the score can be improved further, which will in turn be beneficial for the company to achieve the overall ESG targets.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for shedding some light on that as well. Is there anything you would be looking to do different for 2024, or is there something in particular that your organization would like to focus on for the upcoming GRESB participation?
Yeah, there are two, three things which we are looking as far as new grades we can submissions are concerned. One is the green building certifications. We plan to do it for all our portfolio, 100% existing as well as the upcoming new buildings. This is one of the important thing. Energy resource conservation initiatives like energy star rating certifications, which we also plan to implement. And one of the important factor is that gap analysis report which we are getting from the GRESB study, GRESB applications and everything. So those the gaps which we identified during the application, and along with the peers benchmarking and our earlier applications which we try to implement at all our sites and operation regions, so that which we can improve it further in the next submissions for the GRESB.
Okay, wonderful. And what would be your advice for a first year participant member who's looking to participate in GRESB or getting started with their journey now?
Okay, for the new members which are participating to GRESB, my advice will be it is a good tool to assess yourself along with the current ESG trends in the market. And for the first year, the company should not look for the scores to achieve. First, the important thing is that to participate and get it assessed at where you are standing, what are the lacunas, what are the gaps in the company and the organization as far as ESG are concerned. Those things are very important. And GRESB is having a very good platform for giving a feedback as far as benchmarking reports are concerned, and then various the scores and all those things. So they are giving very good feedbacks based on your, you can say, initiatives taken. So those we need to implement those initiatives, then the scores will improve further. So they at the first or second year, they should not be very choosy about the scores. They should implement the initiatives and, you can say, actions on the site, then automatically score will increase.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today and share your insights with our audience in Asia as well, and those that are currently to step on their GRESB journey for the first time. Also, wishing you all the very best for this upcoming year of GRESB reporting.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, I would like to now hand back over to Ruben to close things off.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Shailendra, for sharing those insights on how to get started with GRESB and hitting the ground running. It almost sounds like a no-brainer. If you have any questions to either Shailendra or GRESB in regard to how to get started with GRESB, feel free to reach out to the contact details shown below on your screen, and we'll get back to you shortly. And especially with the upcoming GRESB reporting period in mind, we hope to welcome you to our GRESB member community very shortly. Thank you for your attention.